Hey everybody, how's it going? Today I would like to read a Reddit post that really aggravated me. It resonated with me because one of the jobs that I used to work at about 12 years ago used this exact same manipulative tactic here to prey on people's desire for nice things, to prey on their ego and their sense that the world is unfair, to get them to make bad decisions. That and those bad decisions then wind up to them being poor and also dependent on the place that they work and unable to experience the freedom of eventually someday working for themselves. So it says here, investing is absolutely and undeniably a necessity to have any semblance of stability in your life. I agree. Once, one of the executives at my company told his salespeople that age-old advice about go out and get the nicest car you can, buy the nicest watch you can find, and buy your fiance the biggest ring they'll let you walk out of the store with. Because you'll have so much debt, it'll make you hungry for the sale and give you no choice but to succeed. I told him straight up that was the dumbest fucking advice I've ever heard from anyone on the subject. My ability to save and invest now is what's setting me up for future success, not that I have a Tesla and a Rolex to pay for. And I couldn't agree more. This resonates with me because 12 years ago, I got certified to sell healthcare. That's right. I was a fucking insurance salesman. I know, sickening. I lasted for a full 45 minutes after I was done getting trained before I walked out and quit. It was awful. And one of the many things that I learned as a health insurance salesman is that they really badly need people to not quit, so they have to indoctrinate you into staying there. And what they would do at Atlantis Healthcare is they would kind of indoctrinate you into this idea that the way everything you've done in your life must have been wrong because it ended you up here. And since you're here and you need a job and you're failing and you're willing to take pretty much some random job that you found on Craigslist as a salesperson, you fucked up. So you need us to tell you how to live your life, how to see the world. They used to say, if you were giving away $200 bills in the street and people said no, you wouldn't feel ashamed, right? Of course not. Why do you feel ashamed offering them our healthcare? You're like that kind of stupid shit where it's not, you're not giving them money. You're giving them the opportunity to pay less money for an inferior plan with shittier customer service, in my opinion. And you're fucking spamming their cell phone with a cold call for the privilege. One of the things that they would do is they would tell you about how you actually deserve this stuff. See, a lot of people out there don't do a lot of hard work, and a lot of them may have just gotten lucky, and they are able to have this stuff in life. But starting today, you'll be able to have that level of success in life as well. So go out there and buy the things that you want to buy because you earned it and you deserve it as a part of being here. And everybody in the room would go, yeah! And then they would actually go out and buy this stupid shit. You know what they were actually doing there? They were preying on people's ego. You're a good person, right? You work hard, right? You deserve a nice car. You deserve a nice new fancy phone. You deserve a place that you can't afford to live in. You deserve to go out to the club tonight and you deserve to have a good time with the girls. Whatever it is. Everybody wants to believe that they are worth something. You're appealing to their emotion and most importantly, their ego in the worst way possible when people are down. And you shouldn't be appealing to people's ego when they're down, particularly when they have a reason to be down. And the thing is, you're half correct. People do deserve nice things. And at the same time that people deserve nice things, there's a lot of people that have nice things that haven't really earned it. They got it, but they didn't earn it. Maybe someone gave it to them. Maybe they inherited it. Maybe they didn't work hard for it. Maybe they didn't earn the position in their industry that got them to a point where someone thought that they were deserving of what they have. Maybe they just exploited. Maybe they did something evil. Maybe they are really that, evil capitalist wearing the monocle that just whipped and beat workers and got them to make the money out of nowhere. So what? How does you going into debt improve your life? Yes, that person has something that they probably don't deserve that you would really enjoy. How does going into debt to have that same thing they have, just to show them that you're not going to live a crappy life, how does that help you? You're cutting off your nose to spite your face because you're actually making it harder to get where they are. The entire reason that I was able to grow my business is even though I started with $268 and a little bit of debt, was I rolled every fucking dime, all of it, back into the business. I lived like shit in the beginning. And the reason I lived like shit in the beginning is that I could live a little bit decently later on. I put the sacrifice in because I knew that there was this long-term goal and I stayed focused on it even when I would be depressed and anxious and aggravated. I'd have that $268, bought a couple of tools and 3 LP133 WX1 TLA1s, I believe. I could only fix one machine same day. The rest, well, I'd have to order a part. I didn't have it in stock because I didn't have the money to have it in stock. So people would say no. But what would happen if I had more money? If I had more money, then I could buy more parts, which means that for different model machines, I could offer same-day service. Same-day service means I win over everybody else. I get everybody else's business, meaning more profits. I fix those things. Now I have profits that I wouldn't have otherwise had that I can put into buying more parts. Instead of spending it on myself, I spent those profits and reinvested it into the business so that it would grow and grow and grow. And I got to a point, as I mentioned in some old video, where once I had gone through a Shawshank Redemption sewer of shit for about 3.5 years, I went from living, well, I will let 23-year-old Lewis tell you the story of that. Hi, this is Lewis with Grossman Repair Group, and today I'd like to talk about investing in your business, investing in yourself, why it's a good idea, and how it worked for me. So this topic comes up because this is about the 4th anniversary of this machine with my business. This is an ultrasonic cleaner. This ultrasonic cleaner cost about $500. The tray inside the ultrasonic cleaner cost me about $100. And this Bransonic EC fluid here, very heavy, cost me about $100 at the time. So all in all, with shipping, this is about an $800 investment. And I made this $800 investment 4 years ago when I was very, very broke and very, very destitute, starting my business with about $268. And how did I afford to do this? Well, I lived here. I didn't like living there. It was a shitbox. I didn't like wearing crappy clothes. I didn't like having holes in my shoes, and I didn't like having a flip phone. But I did it, and because I did that, I was able to afford this machine. Now, why do I want this machine? Because this machine has the magic ability to turn dead motherboards into lots of money. And over 4 years, that's exactly what it did. Looking at my records, the amount of machines that I gave up on with the alcohol and the toothbrush because it didn't work and threw into here have made me $100,000 in gross revenue over 4 years. And it's been on an exponential leap since I have a store now and I'm not doing it out of my apartment. So that investment made me all that money that I would not have gotten otherwise. And because I made that money, I now live here. The reason I lived in that place was because I knew that I would need the money. I could have afforded to live in a slightly better place in the beginning, but I wouldn't have had spending money. And here's why this pisses me off so much. I didn't know that I needed an ultrasonic cleaner when I got that shitty apartment. But all I knew is that I didn't know what it is that I would need. But once I knew what I needed, I would want the money to be there so I could spend it. And if I spent it on stupid shit, it wouldn't be there when it could actually serve me. Buying that ultrasonic cleaner allowed me to make insane amounts of money in the beginning when you compound it over time that I would not have made if I had not gotten it. And I would have never made that investment if I had moved to the nice place immediately. The problem here is that the very people who are preying on you and trying to tell you that other people have nice things, you deserve nice things, spend on yourself, like really just patting that ego about everybody else that has shit that they don't deserve, even if they're correct. That mentality doesn't actually serve you, because if you spend all of your money on useless shit, you're not actually going to be able to go out on your own, branch out on your own, and expand the way that you otherwise would, because your money is stuck in this other crap. You're a prisoner to the shit that you wind up buying or leasing that you can't afford. And the reason that this pisses me off so much is this is the exact same shit that they said at Atlanta's Healthcare. They had a very clear desperation for salespeople because the turnover rate there was insane. When I started, they literally gave me a phone book and told me to just start calling random pharmacies. I completely understand why they had the turnover that they did. But you are not going to be able to quit that job that sucks and branch out on your own or go into business for yourself or do anything else if you're stuck. And you know what keeps you stuck? Debt. And you know who likes you to be stuck? Bosses that work at companies that have high turnover that don't want to do the jobs themselves. They want you to do it. And this kind of debt slavery crap, the thing that pisses me off more than anything else is that it's not preached by people that want the best for you. This kind of shit starts from people that want the worst from you, the people that want to exploit you. And the worst part about it is the people that seek to exploit you by getting you into as much debt as possible so that you can't branch off on your own, start your own business, or leave for a job that doesn't suck. are the same people that are pretending that they got your back, that they want you to live well. And what they do is they shield it, they cloak it in this, we just care about you. We care about you having nice things. You deserve nice things. Look at those people over there that have nice things that they didn't even earn. Don't you want things that you own? Don't you deserve to have a nice apartment if they have a nice apartment? Don't you deserve a nice car if they have a nice car? Don't you deserve all this shit that you probably can't afford? It makes me sick. Not just because people are fucking themselves over, but because the people who perpetuate this mentality are not people that are looking out for your well-being. They're people who want you to be poor because you being poor makes it easier for them to not have to look for new people. It makes it easier for them to control you. And it really aggravates me because I know I was like this effing close to spending the money early on before I had truly earned it and getting myself into that cycle of poverty. At the time, it was the rational thing to do. Look at that place that I lived in. It was disgusting. What? It's not even that I'm living in the cheaper place because I specifically know that I need to buy this thing. I'm living in that shithole when I probably could have justified slightly better because I don't know why I need the money, but I'd rather put it away for when I know I need it. And that's the thing that you're really fucking over when you wind up listening to scumbags like this gentleman's boss who try to perpetuate this mentality in you of poverty by like, stroking your ego and getting you to feel okay going into debt or spending money that you don't have. You don't know what you're giving up because it's going to happen in the future. You know, there's this idea that you only live once. So what's the point of having a bunch of savings? You do only live once. Which is why if you're 23 years old, you have from 25, even if you have shitty health, like 25 to 50, 25 to 57, if you have good health, 25 to 90, you have a lot of time where you could have done something with that money and started that process of the snowball going downhill, but you're not even in the mindset to be able to know what you would spend the money on because you don't have it. When the opportunity comes along, that little thing, light bulb that comes off in your head where you go, what if I invest a little into this thing? Not even a stock, just an idea, and see where it goes from there. You suppress that because you know you don't have the money for it. But worst of all, you may not even have the thought because when you're anxious, when you are under incredible stress, your brain doesn't work the same way that it works when you're not under stress. So when I'm under stress, I can still get my job done, but there's certain elements that I may miss that I wouldn't miss if I was not under extreme stress. Extreme stress is going to screw with people. It is what it is. And sometimes you can get through it, sometimes you can't. I was able to thread the needle and get through it. I probably would have gotten along much better without a lot of stress. But you know what causes a lot of stress that can be avoided? Debt that you don't need. I'm not saying don't spend money on little things that make you feel good. I had Shure E3C headphones 11 or 12 years ago, even when I was living in that shithole apartment, because I don't want to hear the train, and I don't want to not be able to listen to music on the train because I have normal headphones that don't block out any noise. So I spent like $80 or $90 on these. I could have spent $20 on earbuds. After some time of making a decent enough money, I decided to put that in because I spend hours a day on the train, and it's only $70 or $90. But am I going to move into an apartment that I can't afford, where we're talking about the amount of money where just in 1 month it's an ultrasonic cleaner? Like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be reasonable. I'm not going to torture myself completely, but I'm also not going to go to the other end because it's really easy to say, well, it's, makes me happy. This makes me happy. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. You might as well do this. Might as well do that. Think about what you're giving up. Just think about what you're giving up. But above all, remember the type of people that are whispering this type of garbage into your ear. It's not people that have your best interest at heart. It's just an executive at a company that sees you as another number. There are people that are not going to tell you what it is that you need to hear because they're afraid that you're going to get mad at them or they don't want to deal with an awkward moment. Those people are not your friends. The people who are your true friends, your true mentors, your true family are the people who are going to look you square in the face and say exactly what this gentleman said on Reddit. That's the stupidest fucking shit I've ever heard. Don't do it. It will make you poor. They're not going to care if they have a conversation with you that's construed as awkward and weird and ruins a moment if it means that they're keeping their friends or their family member or their employee from fucking up their life. Because the people who are going to tell you the truth there are the people that actually want to see what it is that you would do when you have the money to spend on that amazing idea 6 months from now that you wouldn't even be able to think about or ponder because you squandered it away and now we're in debt. They're the people that want to see you live that stress-free lifestyle. They're the people that understand that even if you're putting a little sacrifice now, it's that you could live a good life a few years from now, from then until the end of your life. They want to see you live a good life. They want to see you accomplish things. They want to see you surpass all of your greatest expectations. They don't want to see you get stuck into a spiral of debt. Your real friends are the people who are going to tell you that. The mentors and the bosses and the executives that are the people that are actually in your corner are not the people that are telling you, yeah, just get into as much debt as you can. Don't worry, you can work 16 hours a day to pay it off. They're the people that are telling you, don't do that shit because someday you may want to not work here anymore and start your own business. The good bosses are the ones that are going to tell you to save your money because you may want to start your own business someday, even if they hope that you stay. They're going to hope that you stay because you want to stay, not because you're forced to stay. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something.